Hello, welcome to 949 Racing Supermiata. I'm going to show you something a lot of folks that have a fire system in their car may not think about, is the media being used. So what we have here is an ESS 2.3 liter bottle. This is www.essfire.com. So we had in this car originally an AFF, which is aqueous film forming foam, which generically is not E85 compatible. If alcohol hits it, it basically kills the foam and the stuff doesn't work. So there is such a thing as AR-AFFF, which is alcohol resistant. So you want to make sure, if you're running E85, which is real popular in race cars these days, to run an AR-AFFF rated media. Contact your fire suppression system supplier and ask them for the ratings. Might be available on the website, but don't take chances on that. Like I said, 20 years ago, not too many people were using corn, as we like to call it, but E85 is plentiful in many states, and it's cheap and it's real popular. So anyway, this particular car is a Supermiata S1 race car, which it didn't have the turbo in it, but it will eventually have a turbo, and it runs on the 85. So this system here, this is a 2-nozzle system. So you'll see the first nozzle, the aluminum tubing there, and this aims down basically at the at the driver's feet. It's on the other side of the tunnel there. And then the other one goes up to the bulkhead firewall. We go into the engine compartment. We've got one nozzle here. It's basically on the fuel rail side. There's a fuel rail under here, and there's one nozzle, and there's a T here, and the other side runs across and hits basically the dipstick, which is typically, if you burn a piston, it tends to blow the dipstick out and spray oil all over the hot exhaust manifold. Or if you ventilate the block, it's usually down there, and there's oil all over the header, or which will soon be a turbo there. So anyway, that's the way this one's set up. On some of the other cars, we'll do more nozzles, a bigger bottle. We'll go to the 5-liter bottle, like our next build. It has a 5-liter bottle in it. And Crusher, you guys may have seen that car on previous videos, but the next car we're building, Vegas, has a 5-liter bottle, and it will have another nozzle up here above the driver, pointing down. And then back underneath the bulkhead where the fuel tank is, there'll be a nozzle aiming down at the fuel filler neck. Because if the rear of the car gets distorted in an accident, that rubber hose that's on there can pull loose. Now, it's safe by itself, but if the car gets distorted really badly, that rubber hose can get torn or pull loose, and that's where the fuel's going to come out the first time. And so there'll be a nozzle back there. And that particular car also has an automatic system, so if there's a heat sensor basically in the new car we're building, and that ESS offers us an option, and if it detects a certain amount of heat, I believe it's 160 or 180 degrees, it will automatically trigger the system. And you ask, well, why will you do that? You got a fire pole right here. Well, if you have an automatic system, that's fine if you're conscious, but it's anybody who's ever had a concussion, you know that if you whack into something, knock your head, it's common to be kind of out of it for a couple seconds. Might only be 5 or 10 seconds, then you kind of come to. The problem is, if you whack into something and a fire starts, the minute you hit that hay bale, fire's burning and you're kind of knocked out. So as soon as it gets hot, that system will go off, and it could buy you a few precious seconds to extricate yourself. So anyway, the bulk of this, the reason we did this video is just to remind people to check on the media. Now, this particular bottle was the standard foam. We sent it back to ESS recently to be recharged, and in fact you can even see this here. I want to see if I can get the camera to pick that up. You see that right there, it says alcohol, so that shows that it's the AR specific, alcohol resistant specific media. So there you have it. Check your fire system, make sure it's compatible with the fuel you're using, and we'll see you at the track.